section is supposed to be about me reviewing the stories that came up during my time on GB News Headliners this week. Unfortunately for me, I suffered an intense bout of food poisoning and had to pull out and spend the whole evening tied to my toilet. I was due on Friday, the 9th of June, and the big story of the day was Boris Johnson's resignation. After, from what I can see, two things happened. He had early sight of the report into the Partygate, which was him breaking the rules that he had invented a few months before lying to Parliament about breaking the rules that he'd made up, combined with the fact that Rishi Sunak had taken a huge dump on Boris Johnson's honours list because he just didn't like it. A dangerous precedent to set, if you ask me. Think what you like about Boris and his honours list. Overruling and shafting your predecessor is very much setting yourself up for a double shafting in the future, Rishi. I could spend this time discussing the ups and downs and the ins and outs of the Johnson years, but who cares? I mean, really, who actually gives a shit? If you were surprised by Boris Johnson's behaviour, then you're a disingenuous moron. And if you think he was the epitome of great leadership, then you should probably read a book or six. There is one thing that he did that no other modern leader could say that they have done. He led a country through a worldwide pandemic. Now, you might say he did it wrong, but let's have it straight. Absolutely fucking no one had a clue how it should be done. We learned many things during the pandemic, and the things that stand out to me the most are that doctors, politicians, experts are all blinded by ideology. And now it's over, everyone is pretending that they had a fucking clue what they were going to do. People were locked up, injected, and told to shut up and listen, and anyone who disagreed, the slightest, were the bad guys. The bad guys. I did all three willingly. But mark my words, we were lied to. It's not my view, it's true. No doubt whatsoever. So if you think you would have done it differently, congratulations. But you would have no doubt got it wrong too. So pipe down, you knob cheese. Anyway, I digress. Boris stepped down and half the country had a wank and the other half carried on with their lives. But who is the winner? Kier Starmer is the winner. Yes, Sir Kier Starmer, the man that until 6 months ago, everyone, including his mum, thought was a wet flannel. Boris Johnson quitting Parliament and waging war against the current Prime Minister, Nicola Sturgeon arrested, then released without charge over the ongoing police investigation into the SNP finances, the two political firebrands who less than 4 years ago helped inflict upon Labour its worst election defeat since 1935, have imploded in spectacular fashion, scarring their party's political reputations in the process. Sir Kier Starmer must be rubbing his hands together in glee. The lucky general looks like he's just won the lottery too. It's remarkable. Two of Labour's biggest and most fearsome opponents have flung themselves off the political cliff, observed one shadow cabinet member on Monday as they surveyed in Edinburgh and Westminster. We are not counting our chickens. We have to win on our own terms, but there is absolutely no doubt the path to number 10 is now easier without Sturgeon and Johnson in our way, he said. They are right. What's going to happen now is Rishi Sunak and chums will go into self-preservation mode. They'll all be scurrying around pretending they had absolutely nothing to do with anything that Johnson did, but the Tories will collapse and the Labour Party under soppy sack Starmer will be the inevitable winners. Who else can it be? The Lib Dems? A party full to the brim with excellent grassrooters, but a leader that no one can remember. What do they stand for? I don't know. Do you? I mean, what do Labour stand for? Other than that they're not the Tories. It's a mess. But it's change. Change is as good as a rest, as they say. This country probably needs a third, fourth or fifth party, but we won't get it. We need it, but we won't.